Hey, what's up, YouTube? In this week's episode, I still have no real idea what's going on, but I do have a major update. Um, our boy Rocco and I don't want to say we configure the timing. We installed the timing kit per the FSM. We're like reusing the timing chain and tensioners that came with this is the donor engine. We're just reusing everything that came with it. Um, But when we cranked the engine, we noticed that it just kept jumping timing. It would jump a few teeth for every revolution of the motor. So, not being able to figure out the cause of that, I think either it was out of timing. Rocco and I agreed that it seems most likely that the engine was out of timing when the engine was pulled. I was told it was taken out of a running G35, so the owner did LS swap. I mean, that's still possible. Maybe we just screwed up, so I'm not going to hold that against that owner. The thing with the VQ engine, though, is that this here is the primary chain tensioner. Ignore the AC taking a leak outside, but this is a pressurized unit, and like an engine idle, like it idles at I can't remember what the stock is, like 650 RPM. This idled at like 1100 because of the cams. I just don't think that we could just apply enough tension, like apply enough force on this tension to kind of duplicate a running motor. So I don't think, cranking it like you could with if it had a real like a spring-loaded tensioner or something. I don't think this idea where it could be either or though. Let me know what you think. Maybe you've rebuilt or refreshed a VQ and you want to chime in. I couldn't find much of anything useful out there beyond the FSM. Like the FSM just has us throwing it all together. You don't even crank the engine. You just make sure the timing looks okay and then put it all together and off you go. Right, so my initial measurements, we used the original chain here. Here, let's see if I can angle this down, right? So this is the newer chain that came off my wrecked engine. This is what came with the donor engine, and the newer one that only has 30,000 miles on it or so. This is a solid, probably 0.2 to 0.4 millimeters thicker. Like the teeth are longer on it. Like when measuring it, like the height of it, like this way, it's definitely noticeably thicker. The cam tensioner, which I threw off, probably just threw in the garbage, like that's noticeably thicker on the newer one as well. So to resolve what we've decided, this is a major update. To resolve what Rocco wants to do, we will remove the factory heads, and inspect the, like the short block, and reinstall the cammed setup. So we just be pairing the donor short block to the upgraded cylinder heads that have the Jim Wolf Tech C8 cams. So yeah, let's take a look at those cams. All right, and what do we have here? We have a empty box with a starter lurking behind it. That's the radiator. M is not for Mishimoto, believe it or not. It is for the moth that is embedded like dead center into it. Here we have the cylinder heads. I was cleaning these off and I'm not totally sure what to look for. I mean, they seem clean, like you can kind of see the circle where I think I don't think these circular marks are coming off. But my concern was with these valves. Like, there's a lot of variation with the valves. Like, these ones look fine to me. Those ones look, man, there's like a lot of carbon built up on them. But some of these, like especially this one here and this one here, I suspect these are bent. I'm not a mechanic, engineer, or rocket scientist, but that's what I'm thinking is going on here. If so, that would definitely explain why the motor gave out on me. No, I got it backwards. The engine overheated, and as it failed, it must have, just wreaked havoc on everything else. I still don't know the root cause of blowing up on track. But yeah, see if I can flip this over. It's kind of heavy. And there they are, the C8 cams that everyone adores. It's kind of almost too bad you can't see them when they're inside the car, or whatever. That's kind of the point of them, isn't it? Alright, well, if you enjoy my content, feel free to drop a like, comment, subscribe, ask any questions, or, feel free to chime in with your thoughts on these valves. I think they need to be replaced. At least I think JWT sells them as a whole set. But yeah, let me know what you think. All right, till next time, everyone.